Hey guys, what's going on? Today I'm going to be giving my reaction to the WNBA draft, kind of a draft recap, whatever you want to call it. But first, let me just say, the tribute at the beginning of the draft was so well done. It was so beautiful. And yeah, so with the first overall pick in the draft, the New York Liberty selected Sabrina Ionescu, point guard from Oregon. Obviously, we all knew this was going to happen. We probably all knew this was going to happen for months, and obviously it was the right pick, a great pick. She's going to make an instant impact on and off the court. For example, the Liberty's Instagram page on Friday had just around 40,000 followers. As of today, the day after the draft in the afternoon, their Instagram page has just over 46,000 followers. Sabrina's Instagram went up, I want to say almost near 100,000 followers. Don't quote me on that. She gained almost 100,000 followers, I want to say. I know she was in the 300,000 follower range Friday, Thursday-ish, Friday-ish. Today, I think she has around 430,000 something, and that number will probably be higher by the time this video gets uploaded. But it's the Sabrina effect. She's gonna have a huge impact on the court, obviously, but off the court as well. Being in New York, arguably the basketball capital of the world, playing in the Barclays Center, and her personality in the media capital of the world, it's a perfect match. I personally believe she's going to change the game, she's going to change the league, she's just going to change it all. With the second overall pick, the Dallas Wings selected Satou Sabally, forward from Oregon. Another really good player, a player that is going to make an instant impact. She's super versatile, I just forgot how to pronounce that. But she's someone I could see winning MVP one day. With the third overall pick, the Indiana Fever drafted Lauren Cox, forward from Baylor. So yeah, that front court of McCowan and Cox is going to be really scary to go up against. I think she's a pick that fits in really well with Indiana's roster. She has a super high basketball IQ, she's a great defender, and she's another player who's going to make an instant impact on her team. With the fourth overall pick, the Atlanta Dream selected Kennedy Carter, a guard from Texas A&M. She can score, and she can score from all over the court. She's just a straight up bucket. The best player on the board, in my opinion, at this spot. In my mock draft video, I said she reminded me of Courtney Williams, so it's going to be interesting to see if Williams does mentor her down there in Atlanta, because they do play a similar style of basketball. With the fifth pick, the Dallas Wings selected Bella Alaire, forward from Princeton. So this is where things got interesting in the draft. Picks 1 through 4, they were kind of a lock, but 5 and after is where no one really knew where things were going to go. So I think this is a good pick. I know a lot of people had her going lower in their mock drafts, including me, but it shouldn't be a surprise because a lot of the experts were speaking so highly of her before the draft. She's a big with guard skills, and we know how important that position is in the league. And yeah, I think this is a good pick, and I'm really interested to see how she does play in the league. With the sixth overall pick, the Minnesota Lynx selected Kiki Herbert-Harrigan, forward from South Carolina. So I think this was the biggest surprise in the draft to a lot of people. Some mock drafts didn't even have her going in the first round. In my mock, I had her going 12th overall to the Liberty. I know I'm talking a lot about mock drafts, and I'm not saying, oh, mock drafts are the end-all, be-all, and mock drafts are so important, but I'm just talking about them to give some perspective as to what people were thinking before the draft. But listen, she's a beast. She's a shot blocking machine. I think she could be a big spark for this Lynx team energy-wise. In my mock draft, I had them taking Crystal Dangerfield at this spot. They actually still did draft her. They drafted her in the second round. So yeah, Cheryl Reeve is just a genius. With the seventh overall pick, the Dallas Wings took Ty Harris, point guard from South Carolina. I had them taking her at 5 in my mock draft. She's a really good fit for this roster, and I'm really intrigued and curious to see what this young backcourt duo of Arike and her can become. With the 8th overall pick, the Chicago Sky took Ruthie Hebert, forward from Oregon. I saw Coach James Wade say during this video, which they recorded, I guess, while he was putting in the pick, something along the lines of, we got the most efficient player in college basketball. And that's true. Her and Courtney Vandersloot could be a really, really good duo. With the 9th overall pick, the New York Liberty selected Megan Walker, forward from UConn. I think this was a steal for New York. She shot 45% from beyond the arc last season, and Walt Hopkins wants that offense to shoot more threes. She fits their system really well. With the 10th overall pick, the Phoenix Mercury selected, but the Liberty traded for, Jocelyn Willoughby, forward/guard from Virginia. I see her playing the 3 in New York because they want to play small ball. She's another player who can shoot the 3 pretty well, And I think this was the pick that showed New York is really trying to be innovative with their offense. They're really going in on this small ball theory, and they're not going to play with typical bigs. With the 11th overall pick, the Seattle Storm selected Kit Latska, guard from South Florida. It was reported she will not join the team in 2021, and that was the team's decision. She's a scorer, she has pretty good range, she's really smooth. With the 12th overall pick, the Liberty selected Jasmine Jones, guard from Louisville. When I first saw this pick, I was a little confused because New York has a ton of guards, but they are playing small ball. Was named to the All-ACC team this season as well as the All-ACC defensive team. She's a good defender, she can get steals, so I think she could be a defensive spark for this team as well as make some good plays on offense. From what I've seen on her highlights, she's really not afraid to drive in the paint, go against bigs, draw a foul, take contact, and she plays with a ton of energy and is really athletic. So if I had to pick a few teams who I think had the best draft, I would say it'd be the New York Liberty, the Dallas Wings, and even the Minnesota Lynx. Obviously, New York with the #1 pick drafting Sabrina, that's obviously going to give them an automatic good draft grade, but they also had 3 picks in the top 10. They're definitely in rebuild mode, and that's going to be a really young and fun team to watch. Then with the Dallas Wings, they had a lot of picks, but I really like the Bella Aleri pick, and they also got a point guard, a young point guard, to go with Arike Ogunbowale, which I think was key. And I love how Minnesota was able to get Crystal Dangerfield in the 2nd round. Alright guys, that's all I got for this video. Let me know in the comments down below who you think the best pick of the draft was. Make sure to drop a like if you liked this video and subscribe. Peace out.